back in the Winthrop King Center for the final time of 2025. The Shorter University Lady Hawks taking on Edward Waters University here in the Winthrop King Center. Game time starts at about 2 p.m. And after this, we got men's basketball against Albany State at 4. This one should be a pretty good one. For the women's basketball, Shorter coming in here 4-5 overall, 2-1 in conference play. Edward Waters, 8-3 overall, and 7-2 in the SIAC. A non-conference opponent here to close out the year. The Hawks last played on December 20th against another non-conference opponent. That was against Georgia College of the Peach Belt. And that one was a really close one. We went into overtime. Unfortunately, it was a 57-55 overtime loss, December 20th. That's Saturday afternoon, right from the opening tip. That one, both teams battled with multiple lead changes occurring in the first half. Asia Manning dominated on defense. She recorded 6 steals in the first half of that one. The Hawks entered the half in front 28-24. Both teams really strong defensively and then continued to trade blows in the third quarter after the Bobcats converted on a tip-in to even it at 34-all. The Hawks responded by going on a 10-2 run that was capped off by Amaya Patterson with a three-pointer just before the buzzer to give Shorter a 44-36 lead heading into the fourth. The visitors scored 6 unanswered to begin the fourth and bring them back into the contest. Manning helped the Hawks hold on to their lead as she converted on a layup and a pair of free throws. Georgia College and State stormed back to take a 1-point lead with less than 2 minutes remaining. The final minute of action saw both teams play strong-willed defense, with neither team managing to convert. With just a second remaining, I remember this, Jalea Zachary drew a foul to give the Hawks a chance to take the lead. Zachary went to the stripe, split her trip, and sent the Hawks to overtime. So missed one, but made one to tie us up. In overtime, the Bobcats took a 54-49 lead early in overtime, but will be met by 6 straight points from the Hawks to give them a 55-54 lead with 48 seconds remaining in overtime. The visitors answered with a layup to take the lead, and the Hawks had one last chance but could not convert. They fell in a tough 57-55 defeat. Maya Patterson led that one, 16 points and 5 rebounds. Asia Manning behind her with 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, and 6 steals. So here we are, back in the Winthrop King Center. New Year's Eve, last game of the year against the Edward Waters Bobcats. Oh, no, these aren't the Bobcats. I was looking at the Georgia College and State Bobcats. Speaking of those Georgia College and State Bobcats, Shorter looking to find the rhythm after struggling against those Bobcats, shooting .309 from the field. Hawks continuing, though, to defend from behind the arc well, holding opponents to .246 from the perimeter. Asia Manning leads the conference with 9.8 rebounds per game, adding on to her impressive freshman campaign. Remember, she was Freshman of the Month back in November. The Tigers, that's who they are. The Edward Waters Tigers have been one of the top teams in the SIAC. SIAC, of course. Oh, I just closed out of the tab. The Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference. There, I had to open the tab back up. But the Tigers, Edward Waters that is, have been one of the top teams in the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference, entering today at 8-3 overall and 7-2 in conference play. The Tigers apply pressure to opponents very well, forcing 20.6 turnovers per game, as well as holding opposition to 25.5% from 3. This marks the first matchup between Shorter and Edward Waters in history. Here's the stat leaders for Shorter. Amaya Reedus leads in points per game with 16 flat. Asia Manning leads with field goal percentage, shooting .570. Amaya Reedus leads in three-point percentage, shooting .382. Asia Manning leads the rest of the stats. Rebounds per game, 9.8. Assists per game, 2.4. And steals per game, 2.2. Shorter as a team, 7th best offense in the conference. They've scored 580 points with 64.4 per game. They dropped a spot. They were 6th in the conference on the 20th. Now they're 7th. In defense, they're 7th of 16 teams in the Conference Carolinas. They allow 583 points so far averaging 64.8 per game. They actually gained 3 spots. They were 10th last time we checked in. They got the best field goal percentage in the league, 420. They're first in three-pointers, shooting 384 from behind the arc, making 48 in not very many attempts, 125. So, honestly, it's up to Edward Waters. You're going to have to really lean into perimeter defense here against Shorter. Just a really good team from behind the arc. Shorter is the worst rebounding team in the conference, though. They are 16th of 16 in rebounding. They've only got 305 on the season, 33 per game. Shorter is led by head coach Lashina Brooks, assistant coach Leandria Gillis, graduate assistant Mariah Lindbach. Edward Waters. Last time out, they won 52-44 against Tuskegee on the 19th. They're first in the SIAC East, 6th of 14th in offense in the SIAC, scoring 689 points so far, averaging 62.6 per game. They got the best defense in the conference, 575 points allowed, 52.3 per game. They're first in three-pointers as well, shooting 301. Third best at the stripe, 693. They are the oldest HBCU in the state of Florida, founded by the African Methodist Episcopal Church in 1866. Edward Waters, known for their forensics and criminal justice programs. They are led by their head coach, Eric Jackson Jr., and their assistant coaches, Shay Johnson and Ado Green. Amani Harris, number 5, leads them in points, 138 on the season, 12.5 per game. She also leads in field goals, making 47 of 107, free throws, shooting 636, 42 of 66. Assists with 43, 3.9 per game. Steals with 23 and 2.1 per game. Another name to look out for, Tan Brown, that's number 24, leads in field goal percentage of qualified shooters, 453. Leads in three-pointers as well. Made 24 of 56 and shooting 429 from behind the arc. Shira Fowles, one more to look out for, especially defensively. Leads in rebounds. That's number 13 for the Tigers, by the way. She's got 128 rebounds on the season, averaging 11.6 per game. That's Shira Fowles, number 13 for the Tigers. Also leads in turnovers, 36 per game. No, excuse me, 36 overall, 3.3 per game. And in personal fouls, she has 26